What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican. I'm just going to be dealing with a couple of responses to one of my videos. Don't ask a woman to help you find women, and a letter I got. So let's deal with this guy first and foremost. Brother, this is a thought process from Jahiliyyah. This means pre-Islamic days of ignorance, because not all my viewers are Muslim, Mr. Diallo, belle. This is a thought process from Jahiliyyah, the player game. Stop bringing player games into Islamic marriages. It's wrong. Diallo, you're apparently new to my channel, and I challenge you to bring me one of my videos where I'm in contradiction to the book and the Sunnah. I'll wait. I have brothers that specifically watch my channel at my request to look out for that type of stuff because I don't put my preferences and my ideologies above the book and the Sunnah. Now, let me ask you something. When in the history of Islam have you seen this many single mothers, other than after a war or a plague or famine or something like this? Tell me. And don't bring the false equivalency of like the scholars of the past. Some of those scholars of the past, a great deal of them were raised by single mothers, but they were widows. Or are you telling me all these women today, in this day and age, are all widows? The reality is, the number of single mothers and divorced women in this day and age in the 21st century is unprecedented in the Islamic world, in history. In the history of the Islamic world, this is unprecedented. We are on par with wartime divorce or single mother levels, where husbands went out and died in wars, but there's no war. Other than the war of feminist ideology, that cancerous ideology which crept into the mind of our sisters and wages war against our brothers. And you're siding with feminist ideology. Now, sisters and women, I want you to pay close attention to this type of mentality right here that this guy is bringing. This is the type of guy I warn you against. This is the type of guy who will not lead you. This is the guy who panders to women in order to try and get women. He brings no benefit to a woman, and therefore he tries to pander to women. Do you understand what I'm saying? He has no personal value or benefit. He obviously self-recognizes this guy Diallo. And since he recognizes that he has very little value or he has a scarcity mindset in regard to women, instead of coming and saying, hey, you know what? This is what I come with as a man of value. And he walks and carries himself accordingly. You don't have to say it as a man, of course. But you know what, you get the impression I'm saying. So since he can't do that, since he doesn't have the confidence to do that, he tries to pander to women, female ideology and female supremacy in order to get women. This guy here is the type of guy you want to just give him an L. You want to give him a pass. You just want to shoot him an L and keep it stepping. Because what does he have to offer? He doesn't have anything to offer but what you are already saying. He gives you no great insights. I had a female guest on. Her husband, it's her third Islamic husband, her third Islamic marriage. She's a revert. Her third Islamic marriage. She was married to two guys over like a period or a span of a decade. None of those guys pushed her to get a British passport. Her new husband did that. A man of quality. Why? Because he's a leader. She's been a personal trainer all those years. None of those guys pushed her to get her own brand and her own personal training school going on. Her new husband did that. A man of quality. He has something to offer, aka leadership. He doesn't defer to her. He has her defer to him. And through male agency, male leadership, she improves. What will a guy like this guy Diallo bring you? Pandering to women, pandering to your emotions. No stoicism about him whatsoever. He just wants to try and shame men back onto the plantation. Brings no proof whatsoever for his statement. Where's the Jahiliyyah, bro? You see, he is afraid of upsetting the status quo with women because he has a scarcity mindset in regards to women. Ladies, be careful of guys like this. But let's go into a letter that I received. Let me see if I can find this. Let me see if I can find this. It's from a viewer, a Moroccan brother who, here we go. He says, Dear Abuamerican, I live in the Netherlands and my parents are from Morocco. Alhamdulillah, I was brought up Muslim. I wanted to react to your broadcast in the news, gynocentrism. It's a broadcast, it's a video I did recently with a brother. Not only feminists are twisting ayat and hadith to justify their wicked ideology, these days simps and Captain Seva hoes, white knights, beta males from Islamic background do it also. I wonder who this sounds like. Diallo. They use Islamic sources to make them justify marrying a whore or promiscuous women. They even say you get hasanat for it. Now, see, I won't say Diallo said that. He didn't say that. But his type of thinking is the type of thinking that pushes guys to do that type of stuff. Anyway, my viewer goes on to say, I'm 37-year-old and I am unmarried. I have seen a lot of things that change in the Muslim community, especially Moroccan Muslims. Nowadays, Muslim men are trying to shame other men who want to marry a virgin Muslim woman for not having preferences to marry a single mother. They said that a single mother has more positive attributes than unmarried women. It is a real epidemic of Muslim simps. White knights who openly advocate their beta male ideology. This is sounding like somebody. Hello. I just need to get this off my chest. I love your videos and I hope we can meet one day, inshallah. The Netherlands is, very close to Germany, so maybe I will meet him, inshallah. Yeah, Diallo, your gig is up. And I'm going to make sure your gig is up. Guys like Diallo, ladies, want guys like me to be quiet because we put you hip on game. And my entire intent and purpose here is to provide you with that guy you want. You want a desirable man. We understand that. And you want a guy who's a leader, who has strength, who has fortitude about himself. We get that. So I'm going to try and make those men. Of course, the primary source of making that man is the book and the sunnah, because that's where he derives all his knowledge and his ideologies from. Absolutely. But I said this before and I'll say it again. We don't live in the times of like hard times. We live in times of softness, Being a man was an absolute necessity during the time of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And again, we don't change the book and the sunnah. Had Diallo ever watched my channel more than just this one video, he would know that I advocate this, that you stick to the book and the sunnah according to the manhaj, or the fahm, the understanding of the salaf. I am a Salafi Muslim. Maybe an eccentric one, but I am one. Or if you want to throw me off of it because of my videos, then I am a man who has a proclivity, a strong one, towards the da'wah to Salafiyya, and I try and practice my Islam accordingly. And if someone asks me, then I am a Salafi Muslim. But anyway, we're getting off track. We don't live in hard times, so we don't produce hard men. But the standards that women want in a man, a strong leadership type man, it's still there. It's something Allah has encoded into the women. And so you have to learn this in this day and age, because we don't go outside under threat of death. Nobody's out there waiting to hack us to pieces with a sword, and we got to be ready to hack a man to pieces with a sword. We don't have that inner strength that they had at that time. So you have to be what? You have to learn it. And this is why I always advocate that a man go learn a fighting sport and go actually fight. That's why I say Muay Thai, boxing, jiu-jitsu, whatever else. Because that's how he's going to gain that. It's artificial because we can't go out into the street and just fight. It's not there. Most men don't want that anyway. But anyway, guys like Diallo like this, look out for him, ladies. This guy, like I said before, he has nothing to offer, and so he panders to you. But if he was a man of leadership and strength, then he would understand he has no need to pander. I'm going to put you up on game, though. It's your man, Abuamerican. Catch me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at Abuamerican. Don't forget to hit like, or in the case of Diallo, dislike, and subscribe. I'm out.